Start. Yeah, so like in the last class we were discussing, we should control these 4 squares in the center. So we will start with these central pawns. Whenever next time you play a game, I want you to play either e4 or you start with d4. That is the first thing you need to learn and start playing like this. So the main idea is when you play these side pawns, we are not following our first principle of chess opening, that is controlling the center. So next time, always start with e4 or d4. E4 is more safer and better move. So you can start with e4, and then in later part of the classes, we will also learn how to start with d4 or sometimes maybe knight and all those things. But for now, this move you can start your game. E4 if you are playing as white. Okay, so we will see what happened in the game. So your opponent also respond with h5. You started. Yes, you developed your knight. He's just. Yes. Yes. So now you played f4. So can you tell me what was the reason you played f4, if you can remember? John, can you hear me? Say yes. So just give me 1 minute. I am okay. So in this moment we were discussing that you played this f4 move in this game. So we should not move these pawn too much in the opening. This also one more thing you can remember, because after a while you are going to move this bishop and this knight and you are going to castle on this side. So this pawn will act as a safety for your king. So that is why we should not move this pawn. So always play with these 2 pawns in the center. This is one learning that we can learn from this Ishan game. Let's see how it's continued. And this is, yeah, this is also one more thing that we need to observe from this game. That if you want to develop this knight, we should develop this knight towards the center, not in the side of the board. Next time, whenever you want to bring your knight into the game, always bring towards the center, not on h file, not on a file. Okay. So this will help you to attack your opponent better, because if you see, if you play knight h3, this knight is bit placed very wrongly. It will take him so many moves to enter into the game. But suppose if this knight is on f3, then it is good for you. It is more nearer to the center, and based on situation you can jump on all these squares and you will be able to go closer to your opponent king. So one thing you can remember for now, that if you want to develop your knight, develop towards the center. That's all. And then we will see how to make use of that. Okay, knight h3. So your opponent is just copying you. So now you played e4. So e4 is a good move. So he's also copying. Now he captures, he captures. Okay. So now, like before capturing, we need to calculate if this capture is good or not. For example, now Ishan played knight capture on h5. This is what you played in the game. So before capturing any piece of your opponent, we need to see how many times it is being defended. So can you tell me this h4 pawn, which piece of black side is defending this pawn? Yeah, can you pinpoint? Who is defending this h5 pawn?
Black rook.
So this is one piece. It is defending this pawn. Is there any other piece?
No.
So there is no piece. Okay. So there is one piece who is defending this pawn. Now tell me how many white pieces are attacking this pawn. Can you see from your side who is attacking this h5 pawn from white?
Queen.
Okay,
Queen.
one is
Knight.
queen and knight. So now how many pieces are there to attack this pawn?
Two pieces.
Yes, you have one queen, you have one knight. So you have two pieces who's attacking this pawn who is defended by one opponent piece. So whenever you have this kind of structure that where you have more number of attacker and your opponent has less number of defender, you can always go for the capture. And same you can also apply in a reverse way. Suppose if there are two defenders and if you have two attackers or less than two, then it will be not recommended to capture because then you may lose a piece. So when you have a more number of attacker, then you can always go for the captures. So this knight capture on h5 was a good move because now if this rook captures your knight, then you can capture with your queen. Okay, let's see what happens. He also captures. Okay, so now when he captured your pawn on h4, you played rook capture on h4. Can you tell me if you can capture this knight or not right now? How will you decide you can capture this knight or not? So it is white to move. You have to make a decision. Can you capture this knight or not?
Yes.
So you can capture this. So can you?
Four.
Yes, what were you saying?
H4. Knight.
So we are discussing that can we capture this knight? Suppose you want to capture this knight. Now the question is, if you capture this knight, will your rook on h4 be safe or it may come under attack? And to check that, you can see who is defending this knight from black side. Can you see from black? Black has all these pieces. Who is defending this knight among all of these pieces? Can you see there is a queen on d8?
Yes.
So this queen is controlling this diagonal, right? Which is same as the knight on h4. And you have only one attacker for this knight. So this way you can calculate if you capture this knight, because this queen is on the same diagonal, you can lose your rook. So we should not do these kind of captures where your piece can be captured back, especially your rook, because rook is more powerful than a knight. So that is why we should not exchange our rook with opponent knight or bishop. This is also one more thing we can remember. And see, so he captured your rook, and at the same time it is a check also. And because it is a check, now you have to move your king. And like in the previous class we were discussing, we should castle as early as possible, because king, yes, you can go e2, but king on e2 will be bit vulnerable to attack. That is why before moving all those pieces, we should do the castling as early as possible. So in the next game, whenever you play, I want you to just develop your pieces and castle as early as possible. keep your king in the center for too long.
I want to castling again.
Yes, that also we will see. So this g3 is a good move. It is blocking a check also. At the same time, you are attacking the queen.
ऑनलाइन गेम में कैसे कास्टलिंग करते हैं?
Okay, so online game में castling I will show you. So I will just show you few moves and then I will show you how to castle. So for example, we start
ये
with
चीज होती है राजा
yes. So for example, we start with e4. Your opponent play any move, then you develop this knight, then he plays something else, then you play this bishop, then he will play something else. So now when you don't have these two pieces, what you can do is you can click on your king, or you can just pick this king and move him 2 square. And whenever you pick this king with your mouse or with your this cursor, you will drag him 2 squares and you leave him here, and then the castling will take place automatically. So this is one way. Or second way, if you don't want to drag, you just click on the king and you click on this second square, and then also castling will take place. And, and the same idea will apply on this side of the board also. So for example, you play few moves and you develop these pieces. So now just move your queen away, he will play some things. So now suppose if you want to castle on this side, in the same way, you will click on your king, or you will just drag him 2 square and you leave it on c1. On this side also castling will take place. So in this way you try in your next game. Okay. So this I want you to remember for next game, castle as early as possible. So we will just see few important movements. Okay, so since your king is already in the center, and now you can see this rook is controlling this f file, this queen is already there, this knight will jump and your king will come under heavy attack. So what you need to do in this kind of situation is bring these pieces out. How you can bring these pieces out? Maybe you can play d3 or d4, bring this bishop out, and bring this queen, and then it will be easier for you to play. Always bring all of your pieces in the center. This one rule you can remember for all of the games. Develop your pieces towards the center and castle as early as possible. Okay, so now like after this move, after this queen e6 check, of course your king is under attack, it is a check, but always be careful whenever you get a check, because in this movement this queen from e6 not only giving you check, she is also attacking your queen, because if you move your king somewhere else, he will capture your queen. And because your queen is undefended, this bishop is not defending, this bishop is blocking this rook. So now think in this moment again, it is white to move, your opponent played queen e6 check. What will you do? What do you think, what is the best response right now? In this moment, Ishan is playing white. What should we do? Your king is under attack, your queen is under attack, and your queen is undefended.
a3
You want to play which move?
a3
A3 you are saying?
b
But b3, c3, which move you are saying? Your king is under check. So first you
Yes,
have to respond to that. And you have to respond to this threat also. Your two pieces are under attack, king and queen. How will you respond? You can't move any other piece because your king is under attack. So I want you to remember three rules in this kind of position. Whenever your king is under attack, there are three ways to defend that. First way is that you can simply move your king away. Second way is you can block that check. Third way is you can attack the attacker who is giving you check. So let's see these three rules one by one. For example, first rule, you can move your king away. So suppose if you play, for example, king a3, you defended the check, but this queen can capture your queen. Second rule, that you can block the check. For example, these two squares are on this diagonal, so you need some of your piece to block this. Either you can block with, for example, c4, or you can block with bishop f4. But in both of the moves, again he will capture your queen. So and the third way is you can attack the attacker. So in this way, your queen can capture this queen also, and then there is no check. So you will not lose your queen, you will exchange. That is one way of doing that. So let's continue. Yes, he is not able to checkmate you. Yes, now it was a stalemate. So the game was saved. Okay, so now quickly we will see one game. This game, he was also white. Let's see how Bihan started. So he started with c4. So I want Bihan also to start with e4. Next time when you play with white, start with e4. And then we will see what happens. So like your opponent is playing e5 because he knows that we should try to control the set. Okay, so like before moving these pawns, like in the previous class, we were discussing one of the principle that we should develop these pieces. So now these pawns are totally fine. They are connected with each other. They are defending with each other. So what you should do after moving these one or two pawns, you should play your knight. Both the knight you should bring in the center. This thing also I want you to remember. Whenever you play either e4, d4, after those two moves, you develop your knight. And like we were learning, before developing anything, we should develop our knights first. So next time, before moving anything, even in the third move, you can start with this knight moves in the center. Don't move your knight in the side of the board, play towards the center. Also, in this kind of position where you have a choice of capturing this pawn, so in this position, can you tell me what are the options do you have to capture this pawn back? How you can capture this pawn back on e3? Vihan played this game. Can Vihan tell me what are the options do you have?
D3.
D3 you are saying?
B4.
B4. So B4 is this square, but we are discussing how to capture this pawn back. Suppose if you want to capture this pawn back, how will you capture it back? In this position, you can capture this pawn.
F3.
Yeah, F capture on E3. You can capture this pawn with this pawn also, right? You have one more option. The other option is this bishop. This bishop also can be used to capture this pawn. In this kind of position, always capture with your bishop, because you will need these 3 pawns to defend your king when you castle on this side. Okay, let's continue. Okay, so in this moment also, so I am just sharing these things. We will keep working on them, but because this is happening in your game, so I am sharing. Like whenever these queen are in front of each other, you should either move your queen away or you should always capture your opponent queen. The reason is, for example, if you don't capture your opponent queen, if you move something else, for example, you develop your knight, then your opponent will capture your queen and you have to capture with your king. Now, after your king moved, he no longer have castling rights. So he will stay in the center. So king in the center is always weak. Okay, we'll just see quickly few more moves. Okay, now this was a very good move. Bishop capture on f7, played by Vihan. Now the king capture your bishop, and now white to move.
एलटीक्यू का होता है tab कुछ बहुत रोके का होता है ना
Now think,
हाँ जी
if you are playing as white, which move you will play? Take some time and see the whole chessboard and tell me. See your opponent pieces. The pieces names who are on the chessboard.
yes.
For white, first tell me who all are there.
Sir queen e1
And there is a king.
f1
Yes, and there is a king on b8, right?
ba yes
Okay. So now both of you, please tell me, do you know how to checkmate with a king and queen? So you can tell me yes or no. If you know that you know how to checkmate with a queen and king, you can tell me that yes, you know that. Otherwise, we will learn. So
Five.
e5. Okay. So let's start with queen e5. You want to play queen e5 check, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm playing as black. I will play, for example, king b7. Now, how will you continue?
E4.
E4. Okay. Queen e4 check. You are saying.
Yes.
Okay. So next time, whenever you want to tell me a move, for example,
के ऊपर खिंचा के लिखा।
so this piece. The name of this piece is queen, and you are moving to e4 square, so you will say queen e4. Okay. So now I will play, for example, queen c7 then.
Yes.
Now what will you do?
E5.
Queen e5. Okay. Now again I will play king c6.
E4.
e4. Again I will play king d7.
D4.
So if you play d4, I will again play king c7.
F2.
King f2 you want to play?
Yes.
Okay, king f2, I will play king b7.
F3.
f3, okay. I will play king c7.
E3. E4.
King e4 you are saying?
Yes.
So next time I want you to tell me the name of piece also. Like if you want to go e4, you will tell me king goes to e4. Okay.
Okay.
So now after this I will play king b7 again now.
King go to D5.
King goes to d5. Okay. I will play king c7.
King go to D4.
Queen goes to c4.
Yes.
Okay, queen c4. I will play king d7.
Queen. Queen go to C6.
Queen goes to c6. Okay, I will play king e7.
Queen go to E6.
Queen goes to e6. Okay, I will play king f8.
Queen get
Now,
F6. Queen go to F6.
queen goes to h6. Okay, I will play
Your F6.
queen f6. You are saying okay. Play king g8.
Queen Queen D6.
Queen d6. Okay, I will again
D6. D6.
queen g6. Okay, queen g6. I will play king h8.
King go to E5.
King e5 or e6?
E6.
King e5. King e6. Okay. And after king e6, black king will say thank you so much.
You so much.
Can you tell me why Black King will say that?
No.
Because it is a stalemate. Like it happened in one of the Ishan or Vihan games. So stalemate is that now can you see this Black King does not have any square to go, because this
Yes.
queen is controlling this diagonal and also this square. So these three squares is controlled by this queen. And now this king is not able to go anywhere. This position is called stalemate. So that is why always be careful. So king
Yes,
e5.
yes.
So now tell me what will you do to avoid this?
White is not checkmate.
Cannot checkmate. White can checkmate.
Why it is not checkmate?
It is not a checkmate because the black king is not in check. So to checkmate take place, the two conditions should be met. First, the opponent king should be in check. And second, it should not have any way to escape. So none of those conditions are met in this position. Neither the black king is in check, and neither it does not have any square to go.
Okay. E5.
Want to play king e5?
Yes.
If you play queen e5, again it is a stalemate. Because these three squares is controlled by your queen and the opponent king is not in check. So again it will be a draw.
You have to move your king queen.
So what we will do is, now you try to play as black, I will try to play as white, and then let's see. So suppose if I am playing as white, I start my move with queen e7. Now, now tell me a move for black.
A8.
A8. Okay. I will play queen d7.
B8.
B8. Okay. I will play king e2.
A8.
A8. Okay. I will play king d3.
B8.
B8. I will play king c4.
8.
I will play king b5.
B8.
I will play king b6.
B8.
I will play queen b7 check. Now can you see this king does not have any square to go, but it is also in check. Position will be called checkmate.